Talking with Topher is sponsored by slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com, New Hampshire Vape Gallery, and naturalbossnh.com. More on that later. Let's get into episode 96. Talking with Topher. Talking with Topher. Talking with Topher. What is happening, TwT fans? Woo! It's so good to be back. It's Monday, January 31st, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am happy to see the sunshine. So happy to see it. There's a lot of things I'm happy about. There's a lot of things I'm upset about. But we'll get into all of that in just a moment. That's right. Before I get anything else going, I want to say thank you. Thank you to all my subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. You keep me coming back here week after week. So thank you. If you're new to the podcast, remember to hit the subscribe button. All right. It's the only thing I ask you to do. It means nothing to you, everything to me. If you want to do a little bit more, share, rate, and review the podcast. Leave a comment. Give a thumbs up for the video. You want to get more involved with the podcast? That's right. You get an opportunity to get some free Slowdown merchandise. Woohoo! Free Slowdown merchandise, you say. How do I do that? Well, you need to send in a story. Maybe it's your story. Maybe it's a story that needs to be heard. Maybe you're looking for advice. Maybe you just want to send something and say hello. You put Slowdown in the subject line, and that's it. Send that on over to talkinwithtopher at gmail.com. That's talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. And you get the opportunity to win free Slowdown merchandise when you do that. And then I'm on social media. I'm on there every week, almost all week, trying to give you content throughout the week. But yeah, you can follow me. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. Again, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. Woo! And now with all that out of the way, let's get into today's episode. We'll start off with quick updates. I got a couple updates. My vaping actually has been going really well. I have been burning through a lot more juice than normal, but that's expected when you cut from 25 milligrams down to 6. I do have to say I'm still filling them up a little bit more than I would like to, but at least I'm sticking to 6 milligram. It's not going up. It's not going down. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. I'm sticking with it. I figure after about a month, I should be fully adjusted. You know, it's about 2 weeks and 3 days right now. And then hopefully after that, you know, I'll knock it down again. You know, I don't know if I'm going to knock it down to 3 or if I'm just going to start taking lozenges or pouches, but I'm definitely going to. Oh, you know what I should do? You see, this is how my brain works. You know what I should do? I should drop my nicotine again and then drop it again to 0. And that way, even though I'm vaping, I won't be getting any nicotine. So the only way for me to get nicotine would be to take lozenges or pouches. I wonder if that would work. I am trying to trick myself. I'm telling you, I've got to do this. We've all got to get rid of our demons. Anything that, you know, is upsetting you that you're doing to yourself, I guess is the best way for me to say it, right? I'm doing it to myself. But yeah, that might help, right? If I really want to get rid of vaping, if I get vaping down to 0, but stick with lozenges and pouches, it's the only way for me to get my nicotine. Then eventually I'm going to get sick of vaping because I'm getting no nicotine from it. And that should help me transition over to pouches. Well, like I said, this is a work in progress. I am going to be working on this for the entire year if I can, 86 it out of my life before then, I would be super excited about that. But I'm leaving myself a realistic goal of to the end of the year. I don't know. We'll see where this takes me. But I've also just been down on myself. I've been upset with a few things that's been going on in my life. I've been upset about me not doing enough. I'm not working out as much. Having trouble getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning again. I just, everything costs more and raises mean nothing today. Because, unless you're getting a substantial raise, you're never going to beat the inflation. It'll just keep inflating, and eventually you plateau, you break even, right? So now you're capable of paying the prices, but you're not making any extra money. And for me, that makes getting a raise worthless in a sense. I'm like, oh, good. I got a raise, but now it doesn't show, and it's not the company's fault, that these things are happening. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're taking care of me. They're, and this would go for any business right now. Is there anybody out there that got a raise that wasn't substantial, like you moved a position or moved into management or something like that, but you're just doing your same old, you're looking forward to that, it used to be I used to have to fight to get a buck from Walmart. So I don't know what the raises are anymore, but let's just say for fun, it's $1 to $5 more, a week or an hour or something like that. Right. So you go $1 an hour, that's $40 extra a week. And you're like, yes, that sometimes is just enough to give somebody some savings or something. It gives you something, right? You're like, man, I really could use an extra $40 a week. Then you get it, and then all of a sudden you're stuck in the same loop, right? You're like, but I'm not benefiting. I was planning on taking this $40 and putting it aside, and now it's going into my gas tank. So I don't know. I got a little bummed out about that. I've been trying to figure out how not to be bummed out about our failing economy, just trying to rape us all. There's nothing else I can say about it. That's what they're trying to do to us. They're like, oh, well, we need more money and we need this and we need that. So, take. It's just the same thing. And I will be very honest with you. I had a lot to say on my extra episode, and I wish that I could speak better. I wish I sounded better. I wish I knew how to use words properly, because I feel like I had a good message, but I feel like it gets lost with the, I don't know. I guess I feel like I speak dumb. But that's my own thing. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm just feeling down. I'm feeling down about a lot of things. I'm still feeling down right now. I'll be honest with you. I'm not in the mood. I'm definitely angry. I'm upset, and I shouldn't be, but I just am. And things are not going the way I wanted them to. And this is where I get in my brain, and I almost didn't do this today. Yeah, I wasn't feeling it. I'll be honest with you. And I don't know if that's going to come off that way, and I hope it doesn't, because I really do enjoy doing this. It's just the simple fact that I am in my head. And then as I was in my head, I was trying to go through a bunch of stuff, right? Because I am doing a lot. I'm still working out. I'm just not working out to where I want to be, right? I'm doing very little. Let's be honest. I'm doing very little, and I want to be doing more, and I'm not giving myself any more time. I don't have any more time to give. But I'm still getting up. I'm still working out. I'm not running yet. I am lifting weights, but it's a very small amount. You know, I see other people putting it all in, and they're killing it, and that makes me happy for them and jealous. Also, you know, because I know I could be doing better if I just applied myself. Is that even the word you use? I don't know. There it is again. I don't know how to use words properly because, you know, being drunk for 22 fucking years and then getting sober for 5, I just don't know how to speak. I don't know how to speak. I don't know how to use words. And I find it to be frustrating because I feel like my message gets lost. And that could just be me. But I also have to I also have to look at it from this aspect too. I am still taking care of things. I am still doing what needs to be done. I am still, you know, sticking to everything that I'm supposed to be doing. And I mean, I quit alcohol, right? I quit it. And I will have to say that it's definitely the best thing I've ever done in my life for myself and everybody around me. But at the same time, I'm like, I need to be doing more. And then I get overwhelmed and I get upset with myself and I get depressed because you got to call it what it is. I mean, I suffered from depression for years. I'm sure it was mostly drink induced, but I suffered from depression. So I fall into this little pocket where I just want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep. I don't want to get up. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to do anything because I'm just so tired of everything going on. But, you know, not everything is going to be happy all the fucking time. And I don't understand why I can't get that through my brain. You know? Yeah, I keep saying, look at the positive, look at the positive. And I'm like, well, the positive is the same. I fixed my financials. They're doing a lot better. Are they exactly where I want them? No, but we're going to do some more work this year, right? And so that is doing very well. Everything that I have done is doing very well. I quit drinking. I'm sticking to that. I am making leaps and bounds past my alcoholism. I am physically in better condition now than I was when I was in my 20s. The only difference is my bounce back is horrible. So I take forever to heal now. Anything goes wrong, and it's just so annoying because I feel like it just takes forever to heal and to get better or to whatever. You know what I mean? And so that's frustrating because I feel like I'm in the best physical shape of my life, but yet the smallest injury and it just hangs around forever. And that's got to be old age. And I chalk a lot of things up to old age now. But it's got to be true, right? I mean, this stuff is just going to get worse. I mean, I remember you know, back in the day when I was younger, my grandfather, he would cut himself or something because he always worked with his hands even when he was retired. But he would cut himself and his skin, he would bleed. And of course, he had like I don't remember what it's called, but like it's a little bit harder for you to clot. So he had that issue. But, you know, it would take him forever to heal. And he used to say, this is ridiculous. You know, I used to be able to heal in a couple weeks, and now it takes, you know, like a month for one cut to heal. And he got bruised really easily. And, you know, so I think about those things. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm only 23 years away from that. You know, he was only 65. And of course, you know, that was, Jesus, I want to say 1993. No. Yeah, possibly. Maybe let's go back to 1989. Let's be honest. 89 and 92, somewhere around there. Because we moved to New Hampshire in 90. So, and he was still alive then. But I think it was about when I was 13 that he passed. But I'm just saying, like, this is inevitable, right? shit is just going to get worse. It's going to be harder to recoup. It's going to be harder to do certain things. I mean, it takes me 15, 20 minutes to get my hips warmed up to friggin' move. And I'm like, even then, I can't get them to move very well. But now I digress. But you really do have to focus on the positive. Out of everything going on, so much negativity in the world, and I keep saying to focus on the positive, and I'm not doing it myself. I'm focusing on the negative. I'm focusing on what I'm not doing. I'm focusing on the same repetitive thing that I just keep doing over and over and over again. And even though they're good things, still the same old shit, and I'm just tired. You know? I'm just tired. I'm bored. But if I break anything, then I could screw everything up. So I think I'm so afraid of screwing anything up that I've worked so hard on that I've become like stagnant almost. And so the things have been a little bit difficult for me, you know? And that's how I'm feeling today. It's how I've been feeling ever since last week. And I don't know if this is I don't know if this is just exhaustion from everything that went on this weekend. If this is just what depression does, it creeps in and it creeps out, you know? So I've just been dealing with that, and it's been difficult, and I'm just tired of being down on myself and not feeling like I'm enough, you know? I never feel like I'm doing enough, and I never feel like I'm enough. And I know I'm not the only one out here that feels this way. But I hope everybody out there is doing good. I hope you're feeling good. But I'm not. I'm not right now. And I think that's okay. You know, I'll get through it. I've gotten through it 1,000 times over. I got through it when I was drunk. I got through it when I was fucked up. I got through it when I was in jail. I mean, it's an ongoing issue. It's just now that I'm older, I recognize it more, and I also get very irritated with it. But yeah, man, this is what's going on in my life. So I am glad to be doing this. Obviously, it makes my day. I get these feelings out, and then I feel a little bit better about, you know, what I'm doing. But sometimes, like everything in life, you don't always want to do it, you know? But let's get into the weekly roundup. So, Tuesday, go back into work. What did I do Tuesday? What happened Tuesday? Oh, yeah, we added some new stuff to the shop. Yes, I got some new juices in. I'm very excited about that. We got in the Delta 8 with the THCP, the THCO, the HHC. So I got all those products coming in. There's more to come. I have never had so many companies call me in one day for Delta 8 and all of these products. There is like hand over fist companies just calling the shop and being like, hey, you want to check? I had one company call me, and I'm not going to out them. It's fine. And it's not bad. I just thought it was funny. They were like, yeah, you know, we'll send you the catalog. I looked at the catalog. She ended up calling back, and I was like, yeah, I looked at your stuff. It looks good. You know, and she's like, well, we do samples. And I said, cool, send me some samples. Here's the address. And normally after that, they're like, yep, we'll send you a sample pack. She's like, oh, no, you get to pick out 15 products, and then we charge you $25. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, you get, you know, pick out 10 items or 15, whatever the fuck it was, And then we are going to ship those out to you. You know, you're going to pay cost of shipping and a little bit on each one. And I was like, you know what? That's not how samples work. But okay, I'm just going to hang on to your catalog. And, you know, if I need anything or if I think about ordering from you, I'll give you guys a buzz. She was like, okay. So I found that to be interesting. I've never had a company do that before. Normally, if they send me the catalog, I flip through it. They call back. I say, I like the look of your stuff. And they're like, well, what are you allowed to sell in your store? You know, I'm not allowed to sell edibles. Nothing edible can be in a vape shop. Like, we can't even sell cans of soda, nothing. I don't understand it. I don't know what the difference between, like, what is the difference between labeling yourself a vape shop or a convenience store when most convenience stores have a vape shop inside? Right? So, do I have to label the store as a convenience store to be able to do it? Because I'll tell you, I've walked into plenty of convenience stores. They got their vaping products right next to their cigarettes, right next to their soda, their food, but if you are labeled a vape shop in New Hampshire, you're not allowed to sell anything edible. So I found that to be really weird. It's a weird law. So I'm allowed to carry anything that's not edible, drinkable, stuff like that. But I forgot where I was. Oh, yeah, Tuesday. So, yeah, we got a bunch of new products at the shop. I got more on the way. This is a complete overhaul. I gave myself until June to get all the deleted items switched over. So I will be working on that until June. Hopefully by then I've gotten everybody situated. All the turnovers are done. All the company transferring is done, and I can just go back to just ordering, you know, to restock the shelves again, which will be nice. But it is fun kind of rebuilding and, you know, changing shelves. I mean, Savage E-Juice 60 mil bottles were on the same shelf for, I think, almost 4 years. It is so weird to see them in the discounted aisle and to see somebody completely new taking their place. I always thought that was going to be a staple. I thought that was always going to be there. You know, just like I always thought tonics and Far and Element, even Element's getting down to, you know, they're not doing zeros anymore. So that's completely changing. And it's just like, okay, I'm getting prepared for a couple more companies to not go out of business, because they're not going out of business. Those last three I just mentioned, they're all based out of the EU. Same company, 3 different brands, all based out of the EU. They never stopped. I mean, if you go to Canada, you can get mint Juul pods. It was literally the United States of America that banned all pre-filled flavored pods. So that's only an us thing. You go other places in the world, all that stuff still exists, you know, because I believe that they know how to deal with it better than we do. I mean, that goes for quite a bit, unfortunately for us. So Wednesday shows up. Class was amazing. I got in there, got some good moves in. I had my ego checked. But it was great. It was fun. I come home, you know, same thing I do every Wednesday. I get everything uploaded, edited, and out there for all of you. And, of course, watch one of my favorite podcasts that I love to watch every Wednesday, which is YMH. So that was great. They're dropping, I don't even know if I should say it, but they're dropping NFTs. Yeah. I don't know how that's going to go. I think I'm out. I think I'm out on the NFT game. I'm out on the cryptocurrency game. I think that's another thing that's got me upset. You know, when you spend $1,600 on cryptocurrency and now it's down to $430 with a constant decrease, yeah, Yeah, it makes me very angry. Makes me upset. I know this is a long game, but you know, I just think I'm out. I'm done. And fuck the metaverse. You know, if I can barely afford to live in the real world, why the hell am I ever going to spend my hard-earned money on something I can't even hold? I don't get it. I don't get it. What happens when the power goes out? I mean, I'm fucked either way. My money's either tied into a bank that if they lose power or something happens, I can't get into the bank to get all my money, you know? But none of that shit's real. I mean, NFTs are real to an extent, but the power goes out, they're gone. So I don't know what to do anymore. I'm just kind of bummed out. You know, the rockin tuna was pretty cool. It was fun to get in on it. You know, droinies are out there. Like I just said, that YMH is doing NFTs. There was something else. The dronies, and then there was something else. Those monkeys. The monkeys, which are selling for crazy amount of money. And I will have to say that I got super irritated about the NFTs because I didn't realize to just be able to put it up for sale. Now, maybe somebody out there can explain this a little bit better to me, but when I went to go sell my NFTs, they wanted me to pay gas prices again before I even listed it. So I'm like, what do you mean? I had enough Ethereum to buy these NFTs, and then I was going to put them up for sale. But before I can put them up for sale, they want me to pay the gas price. Why? I just put it up for sale. I own it, right? I own it. So I post it. It's for sale. When it sells, fine. There's a fee for, you selling it on this browser. And then there's a gas price for the transfer and everything. But why is there a gas fee for just putting it up on the wall for sale? And I couldn't do anything with it. So now I have 3 NFTs and not enough Ethereum to pay gas prices to put them up for sale. So, and this isn't just rockin tuna. I'm pretty sure this is what you have to do across the board, unless you're buying NFTs with different cryptocurrency. Ethereum's got gas prices. A couple other ones have gas prices. There's Solera that doesn't have as expensive gas prices, but it's not about the simple fact of the gas price. It was just that I was shocked that I had to pay a gas price to post it on the wall to put it up for sale. Because that if someone was to buy it, there's going to be another gas fee. So I am a little upset about that. But that has nothing to do with Wednesday. But yeah, so I think I'm out. I think I'm out on the NFT game. I'm not going to spend any more of my money on the NFTs or on the cryptocurrencies. I'm going to stick to what I have because I own them. I can't sell them. Yeah, we'll just ride this one out. So Thursday morning, I wake up, take a ride to Plastow, go see Rick, and a few other people from his school. We got some good rolls in. I love doing the stand-up. I find it to be really, really fun because I had just, you stand up and it is just a different game. Working on throws where we were like, going around the head or the neck, I should say, and then it's like a hip throw, but you're like wrapping them like this, and you're squeezing their head, and then getting your hips under them and hip tossing them, and it's just so much fun. I love stand up game. I just I know that I don't have much of one right now because we've done some free like not free. What is it? Yeah, I guess it would be free stand up, like where you just stand up and you try to get each other down, or you're trying to break grips, stuff like that. And man, I have tried everything in the book that I thought I knew, and it just, I don't know what my problem is. I think I don't have enough confidence in myself. I'll be honest with you. I think I put myself down before I even try. You know, I don't want to say I give up, but I think I give up. You know, I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep going to class and keep doing my thing. But I think I mentally give up before I should. And this is something I've always done. I doubt myself. I mean, I had right to doubt myself. I had right. And I don't think I've completely eliminated that out of my life yet. You know, so I still doubt myself, and I tell myself mentally, you got to abandon this. You got to move on from this. You can't pull this off. This is not going to work for you. You know, you can't get out of this, you know, whatever it is. But I'm always like, what is that? Something locking myself. I'm like making it so difficult to do things because I give up. I mentally give up, and then my body gives up, and then I lose or I tap, you know. So, and in that sense, it's like, well, how do I learn from that? How do I learn not to do that? Huh? I don't know. I'm having a lot of trouble with it. Like I said, it's been an interesting week in my brain. But yeah, we finished up class. It was just amazing to see everybody. It was just great workout as usual. Probably and that's the other thing too. My jujitsu's extremely consistent. You should be proud of yourself for that. And I'm not. I'm not, because I'm more upset about the fact that I feel like my game should be better. I should be doing better. I should be moving forward faster. And I'm not looking at the simple fact that I'm doing it 3 days a week, every week, consistently, unless life or weather gets in the way. And that's a positive. A positive thing is going to class 3 days a week. I mean, let's be honest, right? That's what this is all about. 2 of those classes only count. So if you were going to buy my card, right? I have a card at school. Every time I walk into the school, it gets marked. Well, when I go to Plastow, that never gets marked. There is no transferring days, right? So my belt and my stripes are based off of 2 a week. And I actually do 3 a week. And I have to be honest, it's not always. I missed a whole bunch last year for the trees being cut down, blah, 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 blah. We've been all over that. But if there's nothing going on in my life and I can make it to Thursday class, I do it every week. And so far, we've had a perfect month, which made me so happy. You know, I got to his class every day this month. I got to all my classes every day this month, which is awesome. It's awesome. And, you know, it should be happening all the time like this. It really should. But yeah, I'm not looking at that as a positive thing in my life, right? I'm just focusing on the negative of all of it. And I think that's why I'm so irritable. I'm irritated at myself for not, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Pat myself on the fucking back every time? Now I'm asking for a participation trophy, aren't I? And I don't want to be asking for a participation trophy. I just don't want to be depressed. And I have to know that some of the shit that I'm doing is good, right? I'm in a much better place mentally, physically than I was 5 years ago. But still, it's just not enough for me. I want more. I want to be better. And I want it to happen yesterday. And that's never going to happen. Not for any of us, but that's the alcoholic in me. right? Instant gratification. I want it all and I want it now. That's not how life works. But yeah, so I'm digressing again. Jesus Christ. I was so you know what? This is the podcast today. It really is. This is it. And I think this is the way I'm gonna just do it out from now on. You know? I try to stick with something and it's fine. You know, I had somebody unsubscribe and it's really got me down. But I have to remember there's still 116 of you that have still subscribed to my page, and I'm worried about that one that left. And it's really got me. What did I do wrong? What did I say wrong? What'd you disagree with? I'll never know. And not knowing is one of the worst things in the world. Well, yeah, so you know, I go to work on Thursday, and I'm just getting prepared for the snowstorm. Now, by Thursday, my wife's employees, I think she said about 3 or 4 of them by then called out for Saturday because you know the blizzard's coming. So I found that to be fucking hilarious that people were calling out Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for Saturday. They were still calling out on Friday for Saturday. It's like, well, Friday I kind of get. I get that. We're getting a little bit closer. You can see and tell whether or not the weather people are going to be correct. And they were. You know, let's give it up to them, right? They were correct. But yeah, to have people call out on a friggin' Tuesday, a Wednesday, or a Thursday before a Saturday storm, when we know that at any moment in time, the weather people could have been absolutely incorrect, and then you wind up with rain, and now you called out of work for nothing? I don't know. It seems like a waste of time for me. But so I was getting prepared for the snow. I was like, all right, if I get everything I normally get done on Thursday, and then get everything I normally get done on Friday done on Thursday, then I'll get all my Saturday stuff done on Friday in case shit does go sideways Saturday, and I will be able to do what I need to. So I do all that. I finish up the day. I get home. I switch all my stuff around. So the stuff I was going to do Friday night, I moved to Thursday night. And then Saturday night got moved to Friday night so that I could just be free on Saturday to deal with the storm that they said we were going to get. Slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. That's slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. Not sure how to spell it. It's right here at the bottom of the screen, or the link is in the description below the video, so go ahead and click that. It's probably the fastest and easiest way for you to get to their website to get this cool shit. Are you ready? Brand new winter jacket, giant pocket for your cell phone and whatever else you're using while you're out there snowboarding or skiing on the mountains this year. Amazing, beautiful jacket. I absolutely love it. I bet you it's so warm. They have brand new skateboards. Yeah, you skateboarding this spring and summer? Get these slowdown decks. They are amazing. I love the actual prints. Here, let's flip this around for all of you. Bloop. Look at those skateboards. Look at them. They're beautiful. The prints are amazing. They've got both decks for $95. The winter jacket is $120. That is not bad for a winter jacket at all. Their socks. Oh my God. I love the socks with the checkered finish line and the slow down going up the ankle. The embroidering on the new Grinder Monkey snapback hat. Amazing. These leggings are so cool. And of course, they have all their prints. You want a nice new warm sweatshirt? Get the heavyweight hoodie. All right? They're only $53. I mean, amazing stuff. The embroidering is high quality. The prints are high quality. And everything is at a great price. So go to slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. That's slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. You're not sure how to spell that? I'm telling you, it's right here at the bottom of the screen, or the link is available in the description below the video. So go ahead and click that and start shopping at slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com today. New Hampshire Vape Gallery is located at 180 Lafayette Road, Seabrook, New Hampshire, down the street from Home Depot and next to Smoke Rings, where we're open 7 days a week from 10:30 to 8 p.m. And feel free to give us a call, 603-814-4171. Are you going places and they're not taking cash anymore? That's weird. We are, so you can spend your cash here at New Hampshire Vape Gallery. Yeah, I thought it was weird when people told me they couldn't spend their cash. So we're letting everybody know. You want to spend your cash? Come on in and do it with us. We've got everything. We've got all brand new juices showing up on the shelves. We've got brand new hemp products coming in. That's right. HHC, THCP, THCO. It's all available now at New Hampshire Vape Gallery, all right? I got it all in just like I told you I would. But we've got it all. We've got menthol juice, flavored juice, Nick salts, disposables, rechargeable disposables. You want pouches, you want lozenges. I've got everything you need to get off those nasty cigarettes. And then to help you get off of nicotine, it's a one-stop shop for all of this. So come on in, come on down to New Hampshire Vape Gallery, located at 180 Lafayette Road, Seabrook, New Hampshire, down the street from Home Depot and next to Smoke Rings, where we're open 7 days a week from 10:30 to 8 p.m. And you can give us a call, 603-814-4171. And as always, I look forward to seeing you there. naturalbossnh.com. That's naturalbossnh.com. I love this website. Yes, I love organic. I love natural products that are good for your body. They have a body balm and lip balm, which is great for bringing moisture back into your lips and your skin, because right now the winter is pulling it all out of us. My skin was dry. It was cracking. I used the salve for repairing my skin, and you can use the body balm to keep your skin repaired. Amazing products, you know? I love this. They've got the foot and body soak. So if you want to melt away those stressful days after work, get some foot and body soak and melt that stress away. All right? It's great. They got the beard oil. Still got to get myself some of that because now I'm growing a beard. Yeah, first time in my life, and I'm 42. Hey, sometimes, you know, that's the way it works. And then, of course, they still have some Feeling Rosy foot and bath soak available from the holidays. It's on sale for $6 while supplies last. And you can get all of these products here at naturalbossnh.com. That's naturalbossnh.com. Buy one or all 6 of these products today. Friday shows up, and now I get to work. I get everything processed. I'm cleaning up everything. I'm getting a lot of my Saturday stuff done on Friday. And then I talk to the owner, and I'm like, yo, if I can get out of my driveway Saturday morning without any issues, then I'll be at work. Well, I got out of my house. There was only like an inch, you know, and I'm like, oh, all right, this isn't nothing. I mean, it's New England. This is no surprise. This is not something out of the fucking ordinary. This is snow in January. We are literally, tomorrow, we will be in February, which is the worst month of the winter. It's the worst. February sucks. And I'm not saying anything else about February, but for the weather, people, make sure I get this very clear. It sucks. It's our worst month. We're guaranteed snow. We're guaranteed shit weather. We're guaranteed it's cold as friggin' ice out there. This is just what it is. So when I go outside and I see some fluffy snow. It's not even 2 inches yet. I'm like, oh, I'm out of here, you know? So I go to work. I had to drive 65 the whole way. I'm not going to say the roads were horrible, but at that moment in time, at that time when I was leaving in the morning, it wasn't horrible, you know? But I wanted to take it slow because it was snowing, visibility was down, and yeah, you just want to take it safe, right? I don't want to smash up my fucking car. So I go to work and I get there and I have to shovel because the beach has got heavier winds. They got a little bit more snow than we did in Manchester. And I get in, I shovel out my parking space, I shovel out the doors, I shovel out the shop door, I get everything situated, I get into the shop, and I had the shop open by 10:30. I made a post. I told everybody we're open. I don't know how long it's going to last, but we're open right now. Come get your shit. Come get your stuff, right? And I'm like, all right, so an hour goes by and 2 hours go by, 3 hours go by. And I'm like, wow, it's getting bad out there. Now, every time I have to go to the bathroom, I have to shovel. I brought the shovel into the shop so I could shovel my way to the bathroom because every time I had to go to the bathroom, a half an hour to 45 minutes went by, and you literally could barely walk on the anywhere. Our stairs in our building is right where the wind goes, so it catches everything. So like it was blowing off of there everywhere else and blowing right into us. So I was like, Jesus. I was like, by the time I left, I had shoveled 6 times, and I barely had anywhere to put that snow. So I'm actually, I am curious to see what it looks like when I show up. And I will tell you, every time I show up, and you know, and it snows heavy like this, I lose my parking space, which I don't understand, because if they just took the plow and pushed the snow straight back, they wouldn't have to make such a giant pile where they make a giant pile. It makes no sense to me. I haven't figured it out yet. But that's fine. I'll just shovel it out and I'll be able to put my car in the spot that I always put it in, which is out of everybody's way. I mean, I don't trust anybody in that parking lot, and I don't trust anybody out back sometimes. I mean, I just don't. I don't trust anybody around my car, you know, and it feels good to park it off to the side where no one can touch it, you know? So, but yeah, so I got that done, and then 2 o'clock showed up, and I'm like, all right, so I'm going to go to lunch, because even though I'm planning on closing up, I got to eat. I'm not going to skip eating and then get on the road to drive home. And I'm glad I didn't. Right? So I shovel my ass over to the break room. I get my food, I eat. I shovel myself back to the shop, and I hit up Joe, and I'm like, yo, yeah, it's been this long, and we've made like no money, and I'm shutting down. I'm going home. So this is at 2:45-ish, I think. I shovel my way out. I have to shovel out my car because it is buried now. So I shovel out my car. By the time I leave the parking lot, it is 3:15, maybe 3:20. And I get on the road, and here we go. I get on the highway, and we are going 45. There's nobody out there. I think my entire trip, I passed 4 people. Nobody was in ditches. I didn't see any accidents. It just looked like everybody was a little bit smarter than me and stayed home. And then I get home at 4:59. Almost 2 hours. That's a 42 to 46 minute trip. And it took me almost 2 hours. So finish that up. I get home and I can't get in my driveway. So I'm like, all right, well, I gotta fucking get out, get the snow thrower, but I got to get to everything. So I run up the driveway. I'm digging out the deck so I can get, and then I got to get to the snow thrower. I got to undig the fence so I can get it open. Then I get out. I start snow throwing. First I do my parking space because I was like, I might as well do the parking space. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep throwing snow on top of that. So I get my parking space cleared out, clear out the driveway. It took about an hour. And then I got my car in. I was like, fuck this. It's as good as it's going to get. I just made sure everybody had stairs, so you could at least get out of the house because the apartment building next to me, it's so hard to like throw snow around stairs. It's just really hard. So I just chose to bury their stairs. And then when I was done, I just dug them out. It was a bit of a pain in the ass, but so much easier than trying to move the thing to avoid the steps, and fuck that. Just bury them, and then that's what they made shovels for. So I did all that. I parked my car. It's now 6:15. I'm finally in the house. 6:30. Oh yeah, I had to stop at Hannaford's before I got home, and then eat some dinner with the wife. We're watching TV, and and that was it. I was done. I was exhausted. So I wake up Sunday and I'm like, oh, this shouldn't be that bad. Shouldn't be that bad. I took care of it all last night. A little bit of cleanup. Yeah. I get out there, because I'm noticing that there's a lot of stuff that I did shovel and snow blow that does not look like it anymore. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm going to go out there and shovel before I leave because I can't get out again. So I get out there. 2 hours later, I'm done shoveling. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then I'm reading the news, and they're like, Manchester only got 8 inches. The hell we did. I didn't remove 8 inches of snow in like, what, 4 hours between the 3 days or whatever the fuck it was? I'm like, this has got to be a lie. But I don't know. For some reason, they're saying Manchester only got 8 inches, and maybe it was because of the wind, and it just kept blowing and blowing around and getting caught and, filling up. But it felt like so much more. And I'm just glad it was over. I was super angry that I was 2 hours behind yesterday, but I was just glad it was over. I blew my top a little bit. I leave, I go shopping, and then it was my niece's birthday. We go down to my sister's house, and as we're going down to my sister's house, I was telling my wife, just to let you know, when you drive your car, just remember, if you feel a vibration that you didn't feel before, it's just snow trapped in your rims. And she's like, oh, okay, well, why are you telling me this? I'm like, because this happens a lot. People feel the vibration, and they wind up in the tire shop, and they're like, my wheels are unbalanced, and it just turns out to be they're full of snow. So you can avoid all that and avoid paying money and wasting people's time just by knowing that you probably have some snow in your rims. Well, as I'm saying that, we are getting on the highway, and I'm giving it gas to get up to speed, and the whole car starts shaking. I was like, oh my God. Yep, here we go. So I had to get down to the house. I wasn't going to stop, but I did have a question that I didn't get answered yet. But does that hurt anything on your vehicle? Does that hurt your shocks or your tie rods or any of that stuff when that happens? Because I will have to say that I did not knock it out of my rims when I got to my sister's. And even this morning, I didn't knock it out. I drove to jiu-jitsu this morning with snow in the rims. But I guess it was, I don't know if that's karma or what, but it was just so funny. She's like, "Oh, it looks like you have snow in your rims." And I was like, "Man, this is a crazy vibration." So it was a great time at the party. My I'll put it up there. I don't even know if it's worth it. But my brother-in-law bought these little candles. Well, they weren't candles. They were like cannons, right? And they had a little fuse. And then you have edible confetti. And they give you one packet. You pour a little bit in this one, and you pour a little bit in that one. So they gave you two. And you put it in the cake. And then you light the fuse when you're lighting the candles, wishing them a happy birthday, and it, boom, it goes pop, pop, and the confetti goes all over the cake, but it's edible confetti, so that's fine. Well, I'll be honest with you, we were all expecting a little bit more. I was expecting at least a pop, and I thought it was weird because when the wick burnt down, the popping happened before the wick burned out. So like I said, I don't know what these are called. I thought they were very interesting, and then I just felt a little disappointed. I was like, "Aw," but hey, he's the one that purchased them. He was just as disappointed. He's like, I was expecting more." I'm like, why were we all expecting more? It's for a birthday cake, first of all. Second of all, why would you want something explosive, or at least something with a little bit more power behind it, to be that close to a kid's face? So I was like, why are we expecting more from this? That is so silly of us. Like, wouldn't that be dangerous for the kid that's trying to blow out the candles? And we were all like, "Oh shit, you're right, yeah." And I'm like, "Yeah, isn't that crazy?" We all wanted it though. We all wanted it to be like boom. But I'm like, why did we want that? Because that's the way we are, right? We're like, "Oh, you're gonna light the fuse, it's gonna explode." But I did find it interesting that the pop happened before the fuse was gone. Because, when I used to play with fireworks when I was a kid, M80s, M60s, and shit like that, I mean, you had up until the wick was gone. So if anything ever exploded before the wick actually went inside, I'd have no hands. You ever lit an M80 and just hung on to it? But the other thing is, too, is you never want to grip a firework. You can go like this. You want open hand when you're handling any type of exploding anything. The closed fist is a great way to blow apart your hand. It creates that like pipe effect. That's why pipe bombs are so dangerous, because it's such a small, and they hold that pressure until they don't, but they're capable of holding the pressure for a little bit, which actually creates a bigger explosion. And not to talk too much about explosives, like I'm a person that knows what he's talking about, but that's when I would always see the most injuries, is when, they would light the thing and then they would go like this to throw it, and they would close fist it, and then the thing would, you'd be like mid throw, and then you got no fingers and thumbs. So those were things that I've seen happen. Those are things I've heard of happening. But yeah, so open the hand, maybe pinch it. I mean, it's a firework. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be playing with them anyways, and they're practically illegal everywhere. But I just thought it was interesting, because I was like, rule of thumb is you got until that wick's gone. And then so we rewound the video, and we're looking, and I'm like, I still can't see the confetti pop. So I don't know. Like, you hear it pop, but you still see the wick burning down, and you don't see the confetti, but then you see the cake covered in confetti. Really weird. It was really, really weird, but I thought it was so neat. It was so neat. We were all a little disappointed, but it was still pretty interesting. I've never seen him before. And then, we leave the party, we go home, and we watched Jeff Goldblum's, or The World Through Jeff Goldblum's Eyes. I think it's on Disney Plus. Not bad. I like it. I've always liked Jeff Goldblum anyways. Right? Goldblum? That his name? I don't know. Look it up. Disney Plus. Guy with glasses. Talks about a whole bunch of cool shit. We're on season 2. I like anything that's under a half an hour long. I don't know. I just feel like it's easier to digest sometimes. But there was a lot of shows that weren't on this week. What happened to the Goldbergs? Where did they go? I don't know. I'm super pissed that guy got fired, which is the dad, for saying his vagina hurt. That's fucking funny, man. Why is everybody so easily offendable? You know? Who cares if he doesn't have a vagina? Maybe it hurts. I've been told to change my tampon a few times. You know? Oh, no. Sorry. Man-pon. Change your man-pon. I can see that you're having some issues. You're a little tense. Why don't you change that man-pon? Is it your period? I mean, things like that happen. The guy was making a joke. I mean, he's always on set without pants on. I mean, Jesus Christ. So I don't know what's going to happen to that show, and that really upsets me because I was looking for it. Although Sundays, February, coming back, American Idol. Yeah, I'm pumped. I don't care. I love that show. So I'm super excited about it. Anybody see the oh my God, Luke, what's his last name? The country singer that does American Idol. Did anybody see the video of him getting his first kill while he was hunting? It was on YMH, which is why I'm bringing it up quickly and not getting into it, but it is so funny because you can just see how sincere he is. Luke Bryant, right? Yeah, I think it's Luke Bryant. And it's just so funny. It's funny because you're like, oh, he's saying the same thing over and over again, but you have to understand, like, when something like that happens, you know, he's like, oh my God, did it actually happen? Did I do it right? Is the animal dead? But the way he's saying it, the way that it's happening is quite comical. And more comical than that was that Tom and Christina had no idea that it was him. And it wasn't until after the show, because me and my wife were like, they don't even know who this is right now. And I guess they got a shit ton of DMs and IMs and all these messages and emails being like, did you guys not know? So they came back on last week and they were like, yeah, we really didn't know. We really didn't. And so I found that to be hilarious. I was like, oh my God, they didn't. But we knew. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Where did they get this footage? Like, you know, did he put it up on his own Instagram? But it was so funny. It was so good. But I mean, you know, so American Idol is coming back and I'm excited for it. And then today was an amazing day. It was a great class this morning. I mean, we did an exercise where we were grabbing each other's sleeves and in a circle, the whole class grabbing each other's sleeves and then trying to trip each other. Well, I don't know what happened, but for some reason, tripping went to kicking. And I think things just happened to escalate. But I checked this person's attempt of sweeping me like 4 or 5 times. And the last one, same spot. It was a kick. It was a kick. It was not a sweep of any sort. And I was checking it. And the 5th one smacked me so hard that I couldn't. I lost it. I finally fell down. I was so proud of myself too. We were on the last round, and I was like, I haven't fallen, I haven't gotten tripped, and I keep checking these kicks. I'm killing it. Well, that fifth one got me, and I went down, and I haven't stopped hobbling since. And I'm like, oh my God, that was 5. I'm not going to say they were full kicks. I don't even think the guy thought he was kicking. I think he thought he was sweeping, right? Like I said, some things, when they're not worked all the time, you have an idea in your head of what you're doing or what you're going to do. But when you are inexperienced at doing something, you can only get so far because you can't remember all the steps. So I believe as we were pulling and doing all this stuff, he believed he was trying to sweep, but it was really me just checking kicks, you know? So it's fine. I'm not mad at him. It's what happens. But it gave me a lot of respect and an eye-opening to how quickly you get damaged from kicks. It blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, I am limping. I've been limping. I'm still limping. It still hurts right now. It's so sore. It feels like it's just stretched out, you know? Like the muscle is supposed to be like pliable. There's no pliability to it. It's like stiff as a board. I'm like, wow, what is going on here? And I was, even before I left class, I was like, oh my God, this gives me so much more respect for fighters when I'm like, you know, they keep chopping at the leg, right? With these kicks. And we're always like, check the kick, stop getting kicked. Man, 5 kicks, right? Whatever it was, 5 attempts of a sweep. And, you know, I was just check. Nope. You're not getting me. 5 of them. And I am sore. I'm still sore. I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow. Those guys get kicked for 5 rounds. You know? So I was just like, oh, okay. I get it. Like, I get it. I have a better understanding of what's going on. And I will never say that ever again. Never. Nope. Somebody keeps chopping at somebody's leg, I'm just going to be like, oh my God, they must be in so much pain because that is so painful. You know? So it opened up my eyes. I was like, I never realized. I don't fight. I don't get into fights. I'm not that type of person. It's not in my wheelhouse. So you only know what you know. And I had no idea that 5, whatever, 5 of them. I'm down on the ground, first of all. Second of all, now I'm hobbling around all day. And it hurts. It's very, very sore, but no black and blue, so I guess that's good for my blood circulation, right? Because if I was black and blue, that would be a bad thing. That means blood vessels popped and there's a little bit more damage. So because I'm not bruised, I feel like I'm just, I don't know, sore. But still, Jesus Christ, those guys are getting kicked for quite some time. I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it, you know? And then me and Tyler were talking about it, and he goes, yeah, that's why they had us wear shin guards in Muay Thai, because he used to do Muay Thai for a little bit before he joined Jiu-Jitsu. And I was like, well, yeah, I could use some shin guards right now. Like, Jesus Christ, it hurt. But great class, got some good moves in, worked some tough stuff. I worked a couple different things and tried to pull them off live, and nope, didn't happen. And I think that's, you know, part of the reason of my mood, you know, because I don't know. I just need to do better. I need to do better. What was it? I saw a post and it was like, just sitting at work getting shit done when you remember that you suck at jujitsu. And it shows a guy really concentrating on his work, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh. And yeah, that's me. Except I do it while I'm at work, and then I also do it when I'm in the middle of my of what I'm trying to accomplish, and then and then I give up. You see how the mental game is just as important as the physical. I've mentally beaten myself up so much that it doesn't take long for me to like tap myself. And I'm not sure how to fix this. But it was a great class. It was great to hang out with Tyler. As you know, we didn't get to hang out because of the snow, stuff like that. I mean, they were right. You know, the blizzard, the meteorologists, give it up to them. You know, they got one right. You know, can't be that mad at them. You know, some people were like, oh, we didn't even get that much. See, they made a big deal out of nothing. But those people were only paying attention to their area. Boston got slammed. Some places were over 30 inches. So, yeah, maybe while you're living in a different area, the meteorologist blew it out of proportion. But you know what? They got it right in other areas. So maybe you should be less concerned about yourself and more concerned with what everybody else is going through. I mean, there's school delays, closures. They're still trying to figure out how to get rid of the snow, you know? So even though we didn't get as much as anticipated here, doesn't mean that they were wrong. They were going off of information and trying to do the best they could. But let's be real. The places that got nailed, they were 100% correct on. And it was not fun. Driving was shit. Everything was shit, you know? But yeah, I mean, what are you going to do about that? I personally was like, holy shit, they got it right. Because I'll be honest, when they predict snowstorms and all this shit, I'm like, man, I just hope they are wrong. Because I don't want snow. I don't want it. I hate it. I hate shoveling it. I don't like playing in it. I know. What am I doing in New England? I don't know. My parents brought me here, you know? And now I can't leave. No, can't leave. Got too many friends, too much family, you know, roots. So, and it's like if I move somewhere that's warm, you got other problems. You're never getting away from bad weather. It's everywhere. And it's all destructive at some point in time. You know? So, I think I'll just stick with what I know. I mean, for myself, I know that I have a lot of stuff I need to work on, that I still need to work on. But there's a lot of stuff that I'm doing that's positive too. And I do have to remember that, but it's hard. It's hard sometimes to remember that there is still good, even though I could be doing better, you know? And I just don't want to become complacent. I think that scares me the most, is that I'm like, well, I'm doing this and I'm doing this and I'm doing this, and that's all great. So why do I need to do anything else? Right? And I'm sure a lot of people think that way. But I think that's a bad way to think. I think the best way to do anything and everything is to just keep doing it and doing it better than you did last time. And then doing something else instead of, you know, the same old shit over and over again. And then you get really good at that. And then what? You know, I got to stop doing this. I don't know. Maybe one day I will. Maybe one day when I am X amount of years equal in sobriety that I was with fuck up, or my life is a fuck up, then maybe I'll look at it a little bit more positively. But I don't know. That's 23 years. So I got another 20 years to go. Nah. I got to get over this hump now. But this is what I want everybody to think about. If you're dealing with this, you're having issues with this, and you're doing, you're looking at the positive, you know? You're trying not to look at the negative. You're trying to do this, and you still feel this right here. You feel this. You're not alone, you know? I know I'm not alone, even though I feel very alone. But this is what makes me stronger. Because I look at this, I look at myself, I hear myself very clearly, even though I do not speak very well. Wish I could speak better. I wish I was better at speaking. You know? Been doing this for almost 2 years. You think I'd be speaking better. But I'm speaking better than I was when I was drinking. So I guess all what is that? What is that? All accomplishments and small victories. Is that what it is? And I'm just getting impatient. And that kills me. Because you can't get impatient. You can't get impatient with your progress. Because I feel like that's going to fuck my progress up. You know? When you start thinking that you should be further than you are. And then you go, well, I'm not where I should be. So why the fuck does any of this matter anymore? Because I've been there too. It's how I've fallen off the wagon multiple times. You know? I'm just like, it doesn't matter anymore. I did everything I could and it didn't get any better. So glug, glug, glug. And I'm not saying I'm going to do that. Trust me. I have way too much to lose today. So drinking in general is just not worth it for me. But this is the mindset that used to bring me back to drinking. This is how I used to always get before I would go back to my drink, or this is how I would be thinking when I was drinking. So I think that scares me. That really does. It scares me. It's keeps me on edge. It makes me nervous. But I know deep down inside that I am not going to go back to drinking because there's just too much to lose. And I don't want to lose any more of you either. So that's the podcast today, all right? You know, I really do appreciate and want to thank all of you out there for subscribing. I did have a feeling that when I put up my extra episode, that some people may think of it as what's the fucking word everybody's using today? Misinformation. I don't care if you think it's misinformation. It's because I don't believe it to be misinformation at this point. I'm looking at it as being logical, thinking about things, making sense of it, and then moving on with life. Because I will tell you right now, I don't want to play these silly games anymore with a virus. But after putting that up, after losing some subscribers, it made me appreciate all of you even more. Everybody who stuck around after I put that up, amazing. The people who didn't stick around, I'm trying to tell myself that that's because, you know, they can't deal with a difference of opinion. And that's okay. That's okay. That's their choice, right? But again, thank you all for subscribing. Keep it up, and I appreciate all of you. Okay. Remember to subscribe if you're new, right? Hit that thumbs up, click that subscribe button, set those alarms. You'll know when all the new videos upload. And then, of course, you want to follow me. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. Again, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Again, that's Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. And if you want to get more involved with the podcast, remember to put slow down in the subject line. That's going to put you. That's going to give you an opportunity to get some free slow down merch while supplies last. And then put your story or a story you think needs to be heard in the email and send that over to talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. That's talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. As always, I appreciate all of you out there. I hope you have an enjoyable rest of your Thursday, right? Because it's Thursday. It's February. That's right. So happy February. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And as always, I will talk to you later. I'll talk to you later.